شكرا حسين. في هذه اللحظات يسعدنا أن ينضم معنا الصحفي الأرجنتيني مارتن مازور. Martin, first of all, we'd like to welcome you on Oman Sport TV. And let's start talking about Morocco team. They could defeat Portugal yesterday and continue. How you see Morocco in this tournament until now?
This tournament for Morocco, for me, it's like a Cinderella story. It's like the story that every team would like to have at least once in their lives, beating the favorites, beating the giants, going forward with injuries, with suffering, but still they are fighting. The fans are completely amazing. You can see the 12th player is the fans they have here, and I think half of the world now is supporting Morocco. It's normal. It's the underdog team that will now face France. And France is a very strong team, but probably France are also saying, well, they had already beaten Spain and Portugal, so we need to be careful about them.
Okay, generally in this World Cup, I mean, have we seen until now big surprises? I mean, regarding the result of some matches, and why it happened in this World Cup?
Well, the group stage is one thing because there's always the possibility of a surprise in the group stage. Argentina suffered with Saudi Arabia, Germany suffered against Japan, but then Japan suffered against Costa Rica. So yes, in the group stage, it's and they also play every 2-3 days. It's more compact. The possibility of surprises is bigger. But then in the round of 16, it's very unlikely that we see a big surprise. Croatia, you could say, was a surprise, but especially because they were losing and there were only some minutes to go. But Croatia has proved that it's a team also made of warriors. They are running all the time. They don't get mentally depressed if something is not going right. So it's more a matter of, I would say, to become the surprise. It's not just football, it's also concentration and mentality. And this is why Morocco became one of the surprises, because they were never let down by circumstances, injuries, or not being the favorites. And now they are probably the biggest surprise ever in a World Cup, because they deserved every bit of it. When South Korea, for example, arrived in the semi-final in 2002, there were some controversial decisions from the referee. One particular referee, Byron Moreno, who was very, very controversial, didn't referee anymore after that tournament, and they were hosting the tournament. But Morocco here, they are here because they deserve. No one gave anything away for them. They deserved.
What about the match between France and England? France could win 2-1 and go to the semi-final. How you saw the match?
I think it was one of the most interesting games. Technically speaking, it was the most Champions League game probably in the World Cup. Even if France has natural superiority, they struggled a lot against a very, very compact and resolute English team. The midfield was fantastic from England. Saka played very well. But then again, it's the little details that make the difference. And while everyone was speaking about how to stop Mbappe, Mbappe didn't really play well yesterday. He made some moves, but other than that, it was all about how to stop Griezmann. Griezmann was the brain. He set up the 2 goals. He was everywhere. He was in the midfield, in the left, on the right. So and then Giroud beat Maguire. If you really want to stop Giroud with someone like Maguire, normally you can. With the headers, you should. But Maguire made a mistake there, one mistake. Then Harry Kane, of course, the second penalty, I think the ball is about to come here now because it's still flying. But anyway, this is football. And France, in the end, also proved to be mentally stronger. England tried, but it was like France a little bit like those boxing stars that they know that they can suffer a little, one punch, two punches, but when they want, they will finish the.
Now, whom you expect to go to the final?
Expectations, I would say hope. I sincerely hope for Morocco, but expectations, I think France will be in the final in that area. And in the other one, Argentina and Croatia, is an open match. It's really an open match. We have really bad memories of Croatia in Russia 18. They beat Argentina 3-0. It was a thrashing. It was one of the worst performances of Argentina ever, but also one of the best performances of Croatia ever. But compare what happened with the Netherlands, for example, that it was a very heated game with lots of talking and trash talking and so on. I think they respect each other. None of that will happen. It will be more normal, not such a. If Argentina-Netherlands was like a Copa Libertadores kind of game, you know, it's like the games you usually see in our own Champions League in South America. But Croatia also is a team that they start playing as if they are tired, and they finish after 120 minutes as if they are light and ready to play one more game immediately afterwards. So it's also a fascinating team, and Modric is really from another planet. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Okay, thank you. Bye.